I tasked 4 complete strangers to design my next income property to help increase the property value by $500,000, make $20,000 a month, and if I pick them as the winner, they get the chance to redesign all my other spaces. Now, we are on crunch time because for every day that passes, it costs me $300 in lost revenues and interest payments, and we can't move on with construction until we know how the space is going to be designed. So I'm giving the designers 7 days, or roughly $2,000 of my time. No pressure. In this video, I'll show what happens when you work with different designers at 4 very different price points. And stay to the end, you'll see who I ultimately pick as the winner, and you can actually work with them too. And as a special bonus, I'll share with you how I'm getting brand name furniture and all the furnishings for all my rentals from 30 to 85% off. Now, this is me last year thinking I could pull off a 4 container build project for $75,000. What a goof. Fast forward to today and I'm already $130,000 in, can't find subcontractors, and a ways off from completion. 2021 really bent me over a barrel. Now, the only way for me to recoup my investment is actually resting on the interior design itself. It may seem a bit extreme, but with Airbnbs and rentals, people pay high dollar for a unique space and experience. And 80% of that is in the aesthetic design. But aside from chasing that elusive dragon of high nightly rates, a well-designed property will also fetch a hefty appraisal, thus increasing the equity built. Ah, yes, the dual-sided sword metaphor, cash flow and equity. Now here's the problem. I usually design my spaces myself, but I'll admit I'm average at best and decided I don't want to play makeshift designer anymore. Sarah wants to hire a professional designer, AKA blow money. I want to find a cheap alternative that can still deliver a design that boosts the property's value an additional $500,000 and then generate the $20,000 in monthly income. But we don't have weeks available to interview and work with an interior designer that can cost us several thousands of dollars. Here's the real issue though. We are about to blow past 2.5 times the original budget of $75,000. And for my fellow mental math challenge friends out there, that's over $200,000. That's right, from $75,000 to $200,000. Every dollar that we spend on this project is money I can't spend on another property or business deal. And that dramatically reduces my return on this investment. Not good. I need to get this thing figured out quickly, like now, and for a good price. And I think I have an idea.
Yeah.
What do you think about the designer for the container?
Well, what do you mean? I thought you really wanted to have somebody professional do it. Just because like it's gonna save us, you know, a lot of the headache and stuff. And they're gonna make it look really nice.
Yeah, but it's like kind of expensive. It's gonna be like $2,000 to $5,000, and I think I can find something cheaper.
But I just don't think it's gonna look as good.
Why?
I mean, these people are professionals, right? This is what they're paid to do. They, I don't know, like went to school for it and everything.
We can't do any of the installation until we have the designs and we understand what's going on. I don't want to wait a month, maybe more, and then spend $5,000 on it too.
How much are you gonna save? Like how much time-wise and money-wise?
I mean, the folks online can get it done in like a week, less than a week, for a fraction of the price. I think that I can find somebody online that is gonna be just as good and less expensive. And if I'm right, you've gotta help me with the plumbing and electrical.
I think it's not gonna be as good. Okay, if we're doing bets, if I'm right, then you have to dance with me for an entire song and put it up on social media.
That's so stupid.
This is stupid.
All right, deal.
Okay.
Wait, kiss on it.
So it's time to hit the studio and start planning on how I'm gonna pull this off. Where do I start? But before I can work, I need to get my brain in creative mode. And this is me watching Instagram Reels. Okay, that didn't really help. I just wasted 15 minutes. Now on Instagram, I do have a few followers who are interior design enthusiasts. I looked at a few of their profiles and decided to slide into a few of their DMs. Not in a creepy way though. I basically asked if they'd be interested in helping me out with one of my projects, and then I would pay them for their time. And to my surprise, I actually got a response from a follower who just has a real eye for design that I happen to like. I continued talking with them and we actually worked out a pretty cool deal. Sweet. Got my first designer on board. Okay, so with a little momentum, I decided to go to one of my go-to spots for an online professional, or professionals. And I decided to browse around a bit and look at interior designs. After about 30 minutes, I landed on 2 designers who had hundreds of 5-star reviews. One is actually a pro, and really reasonably priced. And I tried to hire them, but I quickly forgot I cleared my cookies and I can't remember my password. Oh. Okay, so I was able to fill out the description of the project and get them both hired. The first Fiverr interior designer is a professional who designs and renders and will do an entire space. The second Fiverr professional or interior designer will create angle renders of rooms. There were some different details to what they each offer, but I'm kind of in a rush. I don't really understand what they meant at that time and figured that I'd look into what that all means later on. So for the two designers at two drastically priced points, I describe what I'm trying to do and I upload a few photos and the container plans to help them with the project. And then I clicked hire. Okay, that wraps up that. Not bad for a few hours of work. I've got 3 designers for a fraction of the price of a real designer. Not too bad. After a day and giving the designers some time to get started, I felt pretty good, but I couldn't help thinking that I'm putting all my eggs in one basket with these virtual designers. Maybe I should look into a local designer, but that means accepting that Sarah was correct. Can't have that. We just won't tell her about this. So I called my contractor friend who I've hired for many of my build projects. He actually knows of a person who's just getting into the industry and looking for work. Her name is Christina, and he gives me her number. Perfect. I call her up, ask her some questions about her design style, experience, and portfolio. I found out that she also owns a retro game shop and a total gamer. No brainer, she's on the team. So now I've got a dude from Instagram who's designed some sick homes that are performing on Airbnb, 2 killer rockstar Fiverr professionals with tons of 5-star reviews, and a local interior designer who's hungry for design work and loves Nintendo. I might say that we're off to a pretty darn good start. That is until a few days later when I realized that I am now managing 4 design projects. Ugh. Now, I don't want everyone to design the exact same thing, but I want my ideas to come across along with their creative freedom. Oh boy. This is a lot harder than I expected. So after another couple days of countless emails, messages, and Zoom calls, I started getting drafts and mood boards sent to me. And I was able to give my thoughts and ideas for revisions. And just as with everything else in construction and building, nothing ever goes according to plan. I was hoping to have this all done within a week. That would only cost me basically $2,100, but due to delays and unforeseen health issues of 2 of my designers, it took me several days longer than expected, thus costing me even more money. On day 10, I finally got the design plans from all the designers, all except Christina. Just kidding. This actually works in our favor, yours too, but between her and I, we did not get things completed on time, and I'll explain exactly why in a second. But by now I've got all the finished files and I'm downloading them, and I can start selecting the design aspects that I like so I can finally finish the rough-in plumbing and electrical work on the space. Now my guy from Instagram, Vin, I got to meet with about 3 or 4 times via Zoom and he delivered a presentation and a mood board based on my revisions and our conglomeration of our ideas. He also gave me a spreadsheet of where to source and buy everything. And that was a really nice touch. Now, to be honest, before all of this, I wasn't entirely sure what a mood board was exactly, especially when it came to interior design. So I was a little bit surprised I didn't get some sort of actual designs of inside the space itself, but that was more my fault for not understanding that than Vin's fault. Next was my Fiverr guy, Mr. David, who gave me by far the biggest folder of designs, which included a bird's eye view perspective, as well as an inside realistic rendering of the entire space itself from all different angles. Remember, all of these designers were all given the same description of what I was looking for and blueprint of the structure itself. That's it. Now, I really like what David did here with the kitchen cabinets to separate from the living room space and creating this nice feature wall. Very thorough design work, and you can tell a lot of thought and time went into it. And although David was located in Vietnam, he was extremely professional, spoke English very, very well, and was extremely good at addressing my points and all my questions. Next was Fiverr lady, Miss Anna from Spain. We've got an international team here, folks, who gave me by far the least amount of files with just 4 renderings. However, they are perhaps my favorite ones. I was still learning the Fiverr and interior design lingo, so I didn't put in the order properly and only got 4 different angles. Each angle would cost an additional amount, which I would have been happy to pay if I had understood at the time. Overall though, super pleased with this one. Short, sweet, and right up my alley in terms of style. Then lastly is my local designer, Christina. She's been working with me for now 2+ months and says that this is her dream job for her portfolio. I can't even count the number of emails, back and forth, links, sketches that she has sent me over the last several weeks, but we've been tackling one room at a time, going over everything from where to source the materials, building feature walls, cabinet materials, literally everything. And due to this depth of detail and attention, we have not yet completed the project. But we are still in contact and bouncing ideas around and keeping an open dialogue now that I have all 3 other different designs completed. Now, all 4 designers really did an amazing job, and each designer had different aspects that I really appreciated. But who was the best for the money? And how much did each of the jobs cost? Tell me what you think down below. Well, my dude off Instagram, Vin, with the mood board, sent me back $750. Mr. David from Fiverr was $450. Miss Anna from Fiverr was a screaming deal at $65. And then Christina's price is the funny word that I never properly understood until after college, pro bono, which basically means free. She was just starting out and really wanted this project in her portfolio and offered her services free of charge in exchange to be able to add this to her repertoire. But the level of service here most likely would range from the $2,000 to $5,000 range, depending on the experience of the professional designer. But assuming that I had paid $2,000 for Christina, if I'm just starting out with design and had to pick the best bang for the buck, it would have to be Anna. The incredible talent for design and rendering capability for the price handily beats out everyone else. Even if I had ordered other rooms and angles, I think the total price would have been like $120. Totally worth it. The only downside with both David and Anna are that they are international, Spain and Vietnam. So they can't help me with sourcing or tell me where to buy furniture or fixtures. A lot of times I found that what they called out for in their designs aren't even available in the States. But stick around for another minute and I'll tell you how I'm actually getting all of my tile, my furniture, linens, everything for 30 to 85% off. No joke. But in terms of an ongoing relationship, communication, and just great design, help, and foresight, Christina is hands down the winner. I'm trying to extract as much equity and cash flows as possible, and I realize it's helpful to have the designer on call and have that mindset and someone I can work with as I'm searching for specific tiles, paint colors, and even furniture. And from the whole experience, I actually decided to partner up with Christina to offer short-term rental interior designing to folks like yourself and students of the Land Hack and 6-Figure Host programs. I'll put an email address down below for you if you're interested in working with us and with Christina on the design work side of things for your rental. Just hit me up. And if you're curious on how I'm going to be furnishing it, yes, that is something that I'll make a video on and Christina and I will be working on as well. I'll be getting, no joke, 30 to 85% off high-end furniture, linens, soaps, rugs, mattresses, literally everything to furnish a new rental. And it's not like off-brand, secondhand, or refurbished stuff. These are real brands that we all know of, higher end, and brand new stuff. And actually, a lot of them are actually designed specifically for hospitality, which means they're higher quality and much better made. The thing is, part of the purchasing deal is I can't outwardly advertise the brands and discounts on social media, YouTube being one of them. However, if you want access to the purchasing group, all students enrolled in my Land Hacker program and 6-Figure Host program will get a free 1-year access and a 30-minute design consultation with our very own Christina. Yes, I know there is a slight delay on enrollment due to website development issues on my end. I promise I'm working as quickly as I can behind the scenes, and I am just as excited as you to get this thing up and running. So if you're interested in learning how to land hack or learning how to create and design a 6-figure Airbnb, sign up for the wait list for the programs at kaiandrew.com. Okay, so back to settling that bet, because technically I think we both kind of won.
Hey, babe. What are you doing? So I hired the designers.
Okay.
And I won.
You won?
Well, you kind of won too.
What do you mean?
I hired some folks from online, from Fiverr, and they did some really good jobs, like really good design work. And then I also am working with a local designer that I connected through Chris, my friend that helps me with my build projects. So we technically both won.
We tied.
We tied.
What does it mean? Remember you stepping?
This is it? Just
Well,
gonna...
you gotta...
Can you grab that electrical wire, please, right there? There you go. Go to the next one. There you go. Next one. All right, well, we've got quite a few more walls to do.
Oh my god.
I'll come back and I'll check in on you in a couple hours. Like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.